Get those crazies out of the government. We need our Congress for everyone's benefit. The 1%, they just take what they like. We've got to show up and vote for our rights. So vote in November. Vote, a time to remember. Vote, don't be late. Vote, don't procrastinate. It's our country, our democracy. We can't afford mediocrity. If we do nothing, our hope floats away. Get up off of that thing.
Hold on. Ain't that a kick? Right when I start, I'm going to have to restart my sound system real quick. I'm sorry, I can hear the static coming through the damn mixer right now. And I apologize.
Time to remember. Vote. Don't hesitate. Vote. Don't procrastinate.
Oh. And guess what I left running? Boy, howdy shit. All right, I think I got it fixed. I'm sorry, I apologize for the inconvenience. My sound system just went south and I had to restart the damn thing. I hope you can hear me now. Anyway, it is Sunday, baby, and it's time for another Blue Dot family meeting. And oh boy, we got things to look forward to. Let me see. Donald Hamilton was first one to jump in, followed by Nancy Halverson, Irene Lambert, Dorothy Tyndall, Sammy Mercy, Trudy Baxter. Thank you very much. Carol Lowe, Adam Hewitt. Hey, babe. Penny Hartleben. And by the way, I want to thank Penny. She sent in a donation via PayPal. I'm looking at it right here on my iPad over here. And so I want to thank her for that very much. And as a matter of fact, I owe you a gong for that. Thank you very much, darling. Debbie Hopewell is here, and Phyllis Harrison, Kelly Harris all the way from Fort Worth, Oscar Herr, 66. Let me see, Robert Wagner, and John Herron, our resident archaeologist. Howdy ho, buddy. I hope you're doing fine. John Public is here all the way from New York. And let me see, Cherry F, Lisa Ryder. Everybody's here. I got to catch this up or we will not get started. Let me see. Mark, our Blue Dot greeter, thank you for being in there. Petrazi 20, thank you for being here. Yep. Well, today's the eve. I guess the big show starts tomorrow. We're all looking forward to it. They're getting the security ready for all along the street there in New York for Donnie to make his big appearance in court, where he's going to have his ass sitting there for a while. Unless he gets special permission from the judge to leave for some reason, but it better be a good reason, I think. But tomorrow, indeed, Dennis and Jan, tomorrow shall be. and then they chase them all out so they can start the proceedings. But at any rate, it tends to be a bit entertaining in the future, to say the least. Hello, Bernadette.
Hi, John.
How are you, darling? I'm hanging in there, baby.
I'm cold and soggy wet, and I hate rain, and I want the sun to come out. And
I know that.
yeah,
I saw
that
that
part.
on the damn radar. I said, oh, look at
Yeah.
there. She's getting
So
hammered.
I'm like soggy, pissy, wet today. Not a good day.
Not a
Okay.
good day. Not a good day. Well, let's hope it gets better. It's going to blow on
Yeah,
through, ain't it? Yeah,
I hope so.
it'll
Y'all blow hard. Blow hard.
blow hard,
Okay.
blow hard.
Blow
Get that
harder.
shit out of here. Nobody, everybody needs a little rain, but nobody needs too much of that shit.
Oh.
Sprinkle the grass and then
Hi,
let's move
everybody
on.
in the chat. Sorry, my fingers are tired. They don't want to keep up. I got lots of screens to watch.
You got,
Okay.
I know it
Multiple
gets busy,
screens.
doesn't it?
Yes,
Hello,
it
Miss
does.
Chick.
Hi, John.
How are you doing, darling?
Well,
Well,
had the bizarro upside down weird week this week and
Yes.
capped it all
oh,
off on Friday with really phenomenally strange.
well, then you're not making that sound
Besides
like
the
this is a
Hawaiian
good
coast
thing.
here.
What happened?
Just everything that could be weird was weird. It, I can't even
Yeah.
go into all the details. So much weirdness happened.
Well, shit. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. We
And,
can all put up with a little weird, but when it gets too damn much, then yeah.
well, the least of it was probably I was getting ready to take a shower, got all set, had the water running, got it the right temperature,
Right?
and then the electricity went off.
Well, of course it did. Of
Of
course it
course it
did.
did. And it stayed off for 3 hours.
Oh, shit. Y'all had a power outage yet.
Yeah, we
Boy,
had a lot of
howdy.
wind.
We
And
got some
then
down here.
I still had things to do, so I had to get my
Right.
stinky body back into clothes and
And just
go
skip
about my
that part of the
day.
day, huh?
But I had to get out of the garage first because, electric door openers.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's right.
Trapped.
Now, mind you, I do know how to do that. It's just I had to find something to prop the door open so I could get out of the garage.
Out of the That's
I
not
did
good.
find
That
some.
starts your day out real,
Nice. Yeah.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the middle of the day. That was there was stuff before that, but that was the middle of the day.
Oh
That's
my
the middle.
gosh.
Damn.
Yeah. See, she's having a worse week than I am.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just got pissy days. I'm all
Like
That's
right.
me.
both
That's me.
berries.
I can muddle through my day. I just don't want no wrenches
Yes.
thrown into the gears.
But it compare that to the world, John, and that's just silliness. It's just
Well, we're
On the
coming up.
grand scheme of
We're,
things, but it's affecting your life in the immediate time frame, and that gets irritating.
well,
There's
I
except
know
for
this week will be the start of a week that a lot of blue dots across the land have been waiting for just to see this asshole in somebody's court, please.
that's
Okay.
me. I've
But
been waiting.
yes.
yeah, I know, but we're just first of all, we're not going to see inside the court.
No,
There's no
no.
cameras in this court. We'll hear about it all day long from the talking heads all over the place. And we'll hear about it after the courts when somebody comes out and tell us what happened in the court
Yeah.
for that day. So y'all
Yeah,
don't be
civil
so
rights laws
disappointed
in New York do
because
not allow for cameras in the courtroom.
no, and this is a
So,
federal case, and in the state of New York, and so we're not going to see cameras in the courtroom like we
no,
would if he
no.
was down in
But
Georgia.
the
You know.
answer to the question is, does he have to be in court? Yes, he does.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, he
Yes.
does.
this time.
It
And
says the
so,
judicial process is built around the idea that defendants are there to answer charges, and the New York law requires that a defendant
yes,
be present at trial. There are few exceptions. Trump could ask to be excused and waive his right to be present, but the prosecution could object. Disorderly or disruptive defendants can also be removed from court during their trial.
yeah.
Now, anybody want to take any bets on whether that's going to happen?
No,
If he
it's
tries
not
to
going to
be
happen, John.
disruptive? You don't think
It's
so?
not going to happen, John. Hell no, I don't
He's
think
going to be
so.
over there with
Can,
making faces and
can
all
I ask
sorts
you a
of shit.
question? It doesn't matter. Have
No,
you
it doesn't.
seen him be removed yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, then yeah,
But,
don't expect it.
you know,
And
the
that's what I'm
sun will
trying to
come
get
out
people.
tomorrow. I'm hoping.
John,
You know?
it's not going to
I
happen.
know.
And
I
I'll
know.
tell you why. Because
Why?
we have two injustice system in this country, and he has money in order to be able to make sure that that kind of shit doesn't happen. The courts have been totally lenient on his ass because he held the most powerful seat in the world at one
In the
time.
land, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're never going to see the courts do this for any other criminal on trial. Just his monkey ass.
They're
And
they're
so,
acting like this is
you're
some
not gonna
special.
see it.
Uh-oh. Buffering.
Yeah.
Irene says I'm buffering. Am I
So
buffering
don't
still?
get your hopes up high.
Oh,
I don't
my hopes
I
are
don't see
already
you
up high
buffering.
just for the pure entertainment of watching his ass go into that courtroom. I want to see him there. I don't want the judge to excuse him for shit. He's facing charges. You have a right to be there. You want to defend yourself. I don't want to see you outside the courtroom
Oh,
running your mouth about
I
bullshit.
think he should be
Yes.
in the courtroom. But he is going to run his mouth outside the courtroom. He is going to put on the Trump circus fucking show on the steps of the courthouse. He is going to violate his gag order, and they're still not going to gag him with a rake
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
or a
That's what we all
backhoe.
keep
That's
waiting
what
on.
they should gag him with.
Hello, Sisyphus.
Shit.
Hi,
Mm.
How are you doing this evening, darling?
I'm doing good. And as soon as this little Trump thing is over with the in the court, there are a couple of things that I would like to talk about. But I agree with all you. The only thing that I'm wondering is, this judge is very different than all the other judges,
Yeah,
and I
but he's
won I
still a
wonder.
judge.
What was you
I
wondering?
just wonder though if he will
Look,
hold him accountable because there's going to be a jury, and you can't mess with a jury.
he will hold him accountable, but he's not going to do anything. He's not going to throw him in jail if he violates the order. He's already violated his gag order. He ain't in jail,
Yeah.
and he's still out there running his
He's out there
fucking
still
mouth.
running in his mouth about the judge.
Thank you, thank you.
You
You
know,
guys have
he just
eyes.
did that.
Look at what
It's
you
like
see already.
he is trying to tempt the judge into doing something.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
then
And I
the
when he
think
argument
I
about
comes
him
to
not
that,
doing something, because that's exactly what
yes,
Trump wants him to do,
right, and I
yes,
think that's why
exactly.
is
he's
to
not.
react to that.
Right
You
now.
know.
But when he gets in court and there's a jury there,
Now that's a
that
different
judge wants
story,
to
I think.
protect, right. That's why
Yeah,
I think
because you can't
when the
do shit in
jury
front
is
of the
there,
jury.
He
right,
will reprimand him in court. He will
He
reprimand
will
his attorneys. He will have him removed
outside
from
of the
court.
presence of the jury.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
he'll remove the
he will
jury
take the jury out of there.
admonish him for that.
Absolutely.
That's what would
Absolutely.
happen. So
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm
And he'll
saying.
tell
You
the
can look
jury
forward to a
just
whole
look
lot
at
of.
that shit. Yeah, you're gonna see a circus fucking show,
That's
and
what
the
you're gonna
judge is
say.
gonna do everything he can
But hey,
in order
we've all
to
bought
make
tickets for
nothing
this
happen.
fucking show. I've popped my
Y'all bought
popcorn. I'm
tickets.
ready to go, baby. I want to see
Y'all
something. I
bought
want to see his
tickets.
ass in court for something. I don't
We
give a
will
shit if
see
it's a
that.
parking ticket. That's
We
what
will
I
see
want.
him in court.
So after it goes into that, but we're going to have to go through a series of jury selection, and you're going to get all the,
Yeah.
all the written details of his facial expressions and how he works and how he acts in there while the jury's being selected. He tried to come in and get the questions changed on the jury questionnaire, but it's just too late. Came in too late. You can't be doing that shit. They're ready
And
to
he's
rock and
gonna
roll.
have he has the right to an unlimited amount of people he could throw off the jury. Okay.
Yeah, but
As well does the prosecution.
if he has reasonable
And
cause, if he
there
has
there are
cause.
certain things. Yes.
Now he has a
Yes,
few that he
John.
can strike just for anything,
Yes.
but he can't do that to all of them.
Oh, they can go through a large pool of jury.
And you can expect that. You can expect
Yes.
that of this that they are going to try their best to drag this out, jury selection, as much as they can.
That's why they've given it like 2 weeks to
2 weeks,
go
yeah.
down,
That's
and
a
it'll
long
probably
time to
take
pick a
that
jury.
long.
Yeah,
Yes,
every
it'll
bit,
probably
because
take that
they'll
long.
try to throw out everybody they can. Unless they think they're solid online with Donnie or something. They're not going to want anybody in from New York in there. Aussie Dave.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that do this kind of work for a living.
Oh,
And
yes.
so,
Oh, yeah, and they're going to have some professionals sitting up there in the front row.
yeah,
Jury, what do they call them? Jury, it's something there. Come help you pick a jury.
yes.
People that do that for a profession. The name is in my head somewhere in that Rolodex, but I can't think of it. Aussie Dave, are you with us?
Yeah, I am, man. I'm with you.
How are you doing today, buddy?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm pleased to be here. I don't know how long I can stay. I'm going to stay as long as I can. I'm waiting to be picked up to go somewhere. But
are you standing on a street corner, Dave? Waiting to be picked up.
I wish
wait
I
a minute.
could. I'm not big enough for that.
Okay.
You can't stand on the street corner and say the shit that Trump says and get away with it in Australia.
No.
But what I see here from over here, what it looks like, what Trump's setting himself up for, he's playing the same. He's playing the same Hitler card. He wants to be arrested because we know when Hitler got arrested and went to jail, he became so popular. He wrote Mein Kampf and all that crap.
That's when he wrote Mein Kampf.
He's
while he
looking
was in
for
prison.
Every time I get arrested or charged, my numbers go up and all that sort of crap. He thinks that, but I don't think so. But this what's concerning is that he's out there bagging Michael Cohen, calling him a liar, uncredible or incredible, and yet he's went to jail for Trump's actions.
Yep.
I just can't see the
Pot
American
calling
people
the
aren't
kettle
just saying,
black.
"Hang
Is
on."
that what you're talking about?
Well, yes, basically, but he did go to jail. He worked on Trump's behalf. They were Trump's directions. He was directed by Trump to pay the woman.
He sat in front of the Congress and testified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean,
He did.
I have every faith in Michael Cohen. I think Michael Cohen
got more
is
faith
one of
in
those
him.
assholes that has seen the light in respect of he sat in jail and thought about his life. Like all those other mugs in jail, I'm sure they're not loving Trump for sitting in jail and being away from their families. I don't think they're sitting there thinking, we love Trump and he done this to us and we done that for him, and he could have pardoned them in the first 2 weeks before he left the office.
Before he left,
didn't.
he could have, but he didn't, did he?
Weisselberg doesn't seem to have a problem going to jail for him.
Yeah,
And keeping his
Weisselberg's got a
mouth shut.
problem.
Weisselberg was allowed to keep his mouth
He just
shut.
got another 5 months, okay? He just caught another 5 months.
Let me
All
catch up
these
real quick
followers-
here. Let me send out a couple of thank yous. One to Scott Bryant, came in with $2 donation, said, I love you guys, and fuck Trump. Indeed, my friend. And Uncle Fatty came in with $4.20, $4.20, and said, 420 West Coast in North Idaho. One ring for fuck MAGA. That's it, baby. Thank you, brother. Thank you both. Appreciate that, Scott. I'm sorry, Dave, go ahead.
If you look at Trump's followers, I watched a video last night in particular. It was I had nothing to do and I was looking for something to occupy my mind, and I picked on this video called Karens Getting What They Deserved. You're on a YouTube thing, right? And it's lots of little shorts of Karens being Karens and then the cops dealing with them or getting caught by the cops, whatever. Now, every one of those people, and there's 35 instances they had in this video, they were like Trump supporters, and 2 of them were wearing Trump caps. So all of Trump supporters in my book are like Karens and Kens.
That's basically,
They just complain. They're
I've said this before. I think the serious conservatives that were in the Republican Party, I think they've left. They've left the clown show. It's too much of an embarrassment for a decent American, even if you are a conservative, to align yourself with a rambling idiot who is definitely threatening this country any way he can. Good people will not stand up for that. The maggots, oh yeah, they're doubling down on this shit. They love it. They want it all. They want that second Civil War and all that shit. They want to go all the way to the mat.
Why do
It's
you
our
think
job to
he
stop
wanted
that
to kill? Why do you think
What's
he
that?
wanted to kill Pfizer? Why do you think he wanted to kill Pfizer? So
Yeah,
he
why
can
is
be the
that? That's a
dirty
damn good
business.
question, isn't it? We got it
Yes.
renewed for 2
Yes.
years. It was supposed to be done for 5. And but I guess we're lucky to get 2 out of the Republicans right now. But yeah, Donnie did not want it passed. And
And
again,
also
just like you
angry.
said, why?
He is the arbitrator. He is the Speaker of the House right now.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah.
is. He is taken taken over the minds of this. It's a fucking cult. Let's just call it what it is.
It's what it is, and it's been insinuated that before. Other people have called it. It is. It's the cult of Trump. They could give 2 shits about the Constitution or anything else. They're ready to dump it down. They got their Project 2025 shit going. That's what they believe in. They don't believe in this democracy anymore. They've got their eyes set on other shit, baby. And the only stop to that is us. Huh?
The remixture says, this is what she said in the comments
What?
in
What?
YouTube. Stop surveilling our enemies, especially while they're conspiring with me. Donald Trump.
Yeah. Don't spy on them because you're going to catch him. That's what it is. If they spy, they'll catch him because he's.
It was in the Mueller report.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
It's in the
So
Mueller
we're not talking
report.
about some abstract here. This is something he's already done.
No, this is something
Yeah.
that has been done before.
As a matter of fact,
This is
it's what he's
something
known for.
that he's not being charged for because he should have been charged for that shit back in 2016. We're just trying to charge him for the shit he did in 2020.
Ain't that something? We're a little behind, ain't we?
Well,
right now we got.
2021.
We know whose fault that is.
Okay.
We know whose fault that is. That's.
But
I'm sorry to say, it's Attorney General. He has failed
Merrick
you.
Garland.
Yeah,
I think
he's
Merrick
failed
Garland.
you.
When it comes to him, I think could he have stepped up a whole lot quicker with these charges? Yes, I
Yes.
think he could have, and I think
He's
he
a
should have.
And he should have.
He's a Republican. He's a registered Republican. But Biden thought it would be good to have him there as a Republican doing that job,
Obama
thinking that MAGA won't bitch.
Obama was getting ready to set this man on the Supreme Court.
On the
Let's
Supreme
not
Court.
forget that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was supposed to be on the Supreme Court.
And he still serves at the pleasure of the president. And how many times did Trump change the Attorney General? How
Every
many
time
times?
he sneezed, every time one of them
Thank you.
said something,
And so
he
if
dumped
Biden
him.
wanted to get rid of him, he could. He could any day, every
Yeah.
day.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed. I don't think it. I
And
don't
he
think
also
it would be.
Biden is playing
the,
by old
the
rules.
optics of that would look bad if Biden even went near the DOJ. Biden's not silly. He knows he can't
Biden
go
need,
anywhere
if he went to the DOJ, yes, the other side would be screaming.
I'm waiting for the Supreme Court to come down and say that Trump has absolute immunity, and so Biden get off this motherfucker, and we all can move on in life.
Well,
okay?
that would be a good thought, but and we are all waiting on that decision from the court, which I think is again ridiculous. You can go to any junior high school and ask that question; you're going to come up with the same answer. But we're going to hear oral arguments on that pretty soon. Oral arguments on whether or not he has immunity. It's ridiculous.
25th of this month.
It's an exercise in futility, to waste time. That's all it is. Hello, Leo.
tell everyone not to for The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. That right, the movie star, the multimillionaire now. He's actually worth $600 million. Let me tell you, he's on TV the other day. I've got the video here, and he is saying, "I voted for Biden in 2020." He said, "I made a huge mistake." He's voting for Trump. Fuck him, and don't watch his shows and black ban anything he's
I don't
got.
anyway. He's not gaining anything when I don't watch him.
He has declared he's voting Trump. Now,
if he came out and declared that, then yeah, he'd kiss off, fuck off. I don't really give a shit. You're showing your ignorance. I'm at that point, Dave. Anybody that tells me they're for Trump, I will let them know I think you're a freaking idiot. I do not vote for draft-dodging cowards who sit around and lie about every damn thing they do. I don't need a thief in my house. I don't mince words. I call him for what I love to use it, the draft dodging. I love it. It's my favorite thing. That's my favorite shirt I go to town in. Some gave all gave some. One had bone spurs. say something to me. Tell me something on that shirt is not true. Because it is. And that's what disgusts me more than anything in this man. Because he was like that then, and he was like that all his life. He's been a con man, a liar, a cheat, a thief, a whoremonger, whatever you want to call him. That's what he's been. But he came on TV and sold himself as I don't know, some imaginary big boss. You're fired? Are you shitting me? Come on, man.
You got some bullshit going on there.
Ain't
John.
it
That's
though,
all there
Leo?
is.
Ain't
Yeah,
it
I
though?
think it's
How
not
are you
great.
doing? Huh?
I've had some better days, but you know, I'm recovering.
When's the surgery thing?
It was done, brother.
It's done?
Yeah, you didn't pay attention.
No,
Monday.
no. I'm sorry.
He
I'm
doesn't do
sorry,
the
Leo.
facial fear, John.
There's a lot on my
it-
plate, also, buddy.
Yeah, I understand that, brother. And yeah, it's done Monday. I've got one damned ugly scar on my neck. Well, it's
Hey.
in incision still.
Yeah, make up a
And,
good story for it.
They
know?
they botched one of the arterial ports, so my left arm has got a bruise on it. Looks like somebody hit me with a ball bat all the way from my wrist to my elbow. But yeah, and actually, I'll be honest with you, that hurts more than the neck does.
Oh shit.
But, oh well, it is.
Well,
what
I'm
it
just
is.
glad everything went well. You got the blockage out and undone, and got free flow,
And I ain't dead.
and you ain't dead. That's
And
the
I ain't
best
dead.
part, right there.
I think so. There's some people that might argue with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there would a lot be arguing
However,
if it was
I
me.
have a
But
question. I have a
What?
question. Who exactly, when this does actually come before the august body of the Supreme Court, who is going to be arguing separation of powers? Because if he has full immunity, then there is no separation of powers.
No.
There is only one power, and that would
And
be
that would be
the new
vested
dictator we
in
have
the
installed.
president. Well,
That so
they get that from the Constitution, where it says all the powers would be vested in the president. You know, Department of Energy, Department of Defense, all the departments. Those are all
Except for
executive
the checks
branches.
and balances that come from the triumvirate that is the separation of powers, that is the absolute basis
Bedrock.
of the Constitution.
It's supposed to be, ain't it?
And do you remember why we had our little, altercation with Great Britain?
Well, I think it had something to do with religion, didn't it?
Well, it had something to do with not being ruled by a dictator.
Yeah. They wanted religious freedom. And they could not
And
have that in Great Britain.
Now we're sitting here questioning whether or not we should make someone the grand poobah who may do anything they want to do.
Anything.
And it's bullshit. It is utter and complete bullshit.
It's bullshit
Now-
to a kid on, like I said, in junior high. Hell, you go back to elementary school. They know
Yeah.
that. Why are we having to
Exactly.
debate this in
Yeah,
front of the court?
The most basic civics class, which
Yeah.
I guess most of these people have failed, but the most basic civics class teaches you the Constitution was set up so that we had this representative republic that wasn't controlled by one
Representative, you say, of the people?
person. Oh, well, wait a minute. Isn't that terrible?
Indeed.
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, what were they thinking? Let the people
But
decide.
and what you had said earlier about anybody that has, I'm still at the same place with some of that. Every single person that voted for Trump is not necessarily an idiot. I think that they're misguided. I think that they
they're
are
idiots at this
ignorant
point.
on a lot of cases.
They're idiots at this point.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's been a
Because
long
I
time
have
since
to
I've
try
seen
to
that
stay
word.
positive. I have to try to stay positive. And frankly, if you can find the right people, you can get them to at least talk the sensible stuff. Folks, this isn't about whether or not Donald Trump should be the president. This is about whether or not we should live in fear or whether we should live in a positive state that allows us to say how we are going to be governed.
You mean the way it
If
used
you
to be?
can't see the difference, you're missing something crucial.
You know, this whole system of ours all depends on one thing: your participation in it. It's based
Amen.
They
You know,
a
I
lot
don't know
of them
how to
up
make
there
it
in
mandatory,
Washington
but it should be.
would just
If
as
you're
soon you
allowed to
not.
vote, you have to do it.
The fewer people that vote, the less people they have to convince to vote for them.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? The voting has to be encouraged by the people themselves. Politicians, they want particular votes. They don't want all the votes because they want a certain, like my district, top of the list right here for me. We're gerrymandered to shit. Do I have a shot in hell? Hardly of getting a Democrat elected here? No, not for a state seat. Locally, yes. In the city government, in the county, maybe. But when you're talking about congressional district, no, we're gerrymandered into a red to Michael Cloud, who, like I said, in
Let's
my
just
opinion,
keep,
sits at his
and as
desk and
long
waits
as we
for
keep
somebody to slap
allowing
him in
it
the
to
back
be,
of the head to tell him how to vote because
as
he doesn't.
long
He's
as
part
we
of the Freedom
allow it,
Caucus
that
shit.
will continue to happen.
Yes,
You can
yes,
stop it with your vote.
with
It
your vote.
can happen.
Oh, if
I,
you don't
I, I
vote, guess
can't
what? Your
wait
vote
to
don't count.
see.
You're right.
I can't wait to see what Arizona does to their fucked up legislation.
Everybody's watching Arizona right now, and they could have had the opportunity day one when the Supreme Court of Arizona overturned that and threw it back to the 1864 law that day. They were in legislation. They were in the state legislature was active, and they could have took a vote right then to uphold the 2022 law. But they failed to do that, and I called it, actually, I'll probably beat my own drum. I called it first because I knew they weren't going to do anything because it's a battle cry for them. They think they can extend this issue out. The longer they extend it out, the worse it is for the Republicans, as you can already see. Kerry Lake's over there backpedaling like shit. Are you kidding?
Well, they
They've
have
oughta
to.
gone.
They have no
They
choice.
have to.
John, there's a thing to interject here, however, that I think
What?
that everybody listening to this needs to hear.
What?
I had a meme posted on my group, or was tagged in it one way or another, that states that the 1864 law that they allowed to go, that became the law of the state now.
Right.
It stated in there that also codifies the age of consent to be 10 years old. That is false. That is absolutely false.
I had not heard that.
They did have that, but that is not the case. It was
Well,
not.
that was the reason of thinking back then, wasn't it? That's why it was even discussed.
That was the thinking back then.
That
John,
was the thinking. Sure, 10 years old, that's
was
good. I'll take a
overturned.
wife.
There was a law once upon a time, but it was over. But it was finally, we evolved. We realized maybe 10-year-olds shouldn't be having babies.
Yeah, maybe so.
But
Well, maybe
that was
maybe
posted. Don't post that. It's a lie.
maybe the fact that he also said that they're killing babies after birth, and yet no one has said, "Hang on, Donnie, who's doing that?" But they just fucking report
Yeah,
it.
they call that murder.
You know?
They call that murder.
Yeah.
That's a different totally thing. But it's like anything else. All the Republicans have to do is scream about this issue because they want to scream their holier than thou attitude that they're out there to protect the babies, We can't have abortion. Once that child takes a breath, the Republican Party could give two shits about it. That's what disgusts me so much about them. Is they're any kind of social program to assist that young mother with that baby, Republicans want to throw that shit out the window. So don't give me this bullshit about how precious life is. What?
I was tagged in another post that was some silly ass song about I glued my balls to my asshole or something like that.
What?
And somebody in there decided that it was a good idea to post a meme that shows the rainbow colors above it with two kind of stick figure parents holding an umbrella and their two children between them that said transsexuals, being a transsexual is a mental disorder. Protect our children. And I had to ask them, protect them from whom?
From whom?
Because
from whom?
I have a transgender child.
I have an idea who to protect them from. A bunch of religious nut jobs.
We have to stop this, but we have to stop it at the voting booth. It has to be done, though.
It has to be done, but everywhere. I think eventually, you know, we've seen it with the abortion issue. Every time they put it on the state ballot, what happens? They uphold the right to an abortion in that state. It's happened time and time again. This is not a winning issue for them. Transgender issues are the same way. They're trying to use their religious belief to impose their belief on you. You know,
Exactly.
It's not up to you. The only people in that damn discussion should be the kid and the parents. Because who would
And
know
the
any
biggest
better
thing is
than the
they
parents?
don't understand it, John.
I'll
They
tell
don't
you who knows
understand it,
better.
so they can't.
The Republican Party. They know. Just go
Oh, I
ask them.
can tell you what straight away. Mike Johnson going down to Mar-a-Lago to suck Donnie's ass.
Yeah,
He done
Ain't
that
that it?
because Michael Johnson is positioning himself to become, when Trump falls over and goes to jail, thank God, he's positioning himself to become the new leader of the GOP. Guarantee it. This
think?
guy has got. Well, the Democrats told him that they will not support Marjorie Taylor Greene's movement to have him ousted, and there's other GOP members that said the same thing. He was not going to be ousted. She had
He's
no
not going to be
numbers
ousted
behind
because
her.
at this point it would be just too damn embarrassing, even for the Republican Party at this point. As low as they've gone, if they get rid of another speaker, what does that say about them? That's an advertising on every damn Democrat political commercial out there. Is for him to get
They know it,
him
John.
to get removed.
They know
Yes,
it.
they know it.
Absolutely know it.
They're gonna keep him in that seat. Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't got enough support to do squat, so she's just gonna sit in the background and holler like she always did. The people of Georgia's 14th district ought to be
Did you
embarrassed,
see
as
that?
Colorado should be with Bobart.
I wanted to bring this up a long time ago, and I didn't bring it up the last 4 or 5 times we've got together. And I wanted to point out the arrogance, the rudeness, the disgustingness of Marjorie Taylor Greene yelling out during the speech to the nation.
Oh,
when
during the
Biden
State
was
of the
speaking.
Union?
Yes, I mean
Yeah.
that's never.
Well, what do
ever
you
happened.
expect out of her? Do you expect
Never
any
happened.
decorum out of that woman?
Respect.
She has no
even-
problem making an ass out of herself at all. She
How
showed up
disgusting.
wearing all the maggot crap around there. Really? Is that the way you want to present yourself as a congressman at the State of the Union? You want to bring in your clown circus costume? Because that's what it was. Hey, let me thank
And
Bob
she's-
Kay, who came in with $5 and said, did some quick research. The Rock is just not endorsing anyone. He is not endorsing Trump or Biden. Says it's private. Well, there you go, Bob. Appreciate the checkup on that. I'm glad to hear that. Even if he is, I don't want to know it.
But he did
Because then it's going to
say
make me think
that-
you're an idiot.
He did say that he voted for Biden and it was a mistake. That's was words. I will post the article. It was on by David Paxman. I will post it before the end of the show.
I'm sorry to hear the think that I don't know what he, is his problem with Joe Biden. Everything I've seen Joe Biden done has been to the positive. This country is going in a better direction than it was 4 years ago, if you haven't noticed.
That
on
was
many-
a very
on
big
many
focus of
leading
mine
indicators.
today, John. I wrote a
What's that?
relatively long one today about that. Let's take a look, because everybody says, tell me why I should vote for Biden. And I try not to do against Trump, but this was one that I think is very important and we have to highlight. And that is, look who's around them. When we look at Trump, you can find at least a dozen people that have been tried and convicted or pled guilty and gone to jail.
Or are awaiting trial.
And